Okay, everyone, I'm sorry about the loud noise. It's my heater running because I got the heater. It's cold in here. But I just wanted to show you all my new build that I'm building right now. This is a VIPER racing quad. It was a 250cc VIPER racing quad. I put a new body on it, new seat. I'm redoing the whole entire frame. It's going to be solid powdered flat white. I'm doing white so it makes the body stand out. And if you are familiar with the cartoon look that they're doing on vehicles now, which is called Sharpie paint jobs, I am doing a Sharpie paint job on this. So this will have a Sharpie paint job on it with a clear coat going over it with a white frame, and the black rims are going to be painted white with Sharpie on it. So it's going to look like a cartoon when I'm done. I'm basically going to do the whole thing in Sharpie, white and Sharpie paint. I got white Sharpies, I got blue Sharpies, and I got black Sharpies, and I'm gonna doodle that sucker up. Not doodle it, I'm sorry. I'm gonna do it a Sharpie paint job. But anyways, just wanted to give you a sneak peek at it. This is what I'm building. I am going to be doing other videos that's going to be more intense and entailed of what to do, what not to do, and what I did and what I didn't do. So look forward to those. Just wanted to give y'all a sneak peek of my new quad that I am building. Also, this quad here, you know from other videos, and my dirt bike and the mini bike, they're all running 4,000 watt motors. And again, I just said that, 4,000 watt motors. I don't know where people are getting these high numbers from, but legitly they're 4,000 watt QS 138 motors on all three of these. So I decided, since this one does about 55, 60 miles an hour with the QS gear driven 138 motor, 72 volt. So I said, you know what? I want something super fast. So I went with the MG 160 motor, and it is 12,000 watts instead of 4,000. It's 12,000 watts. It's gear driven. Comes with a big, massive far driver. We can run it off of 450 amp batteries, 72 volt, 450 amp batteries. So yeah, can't wait for y'all to see what it looks like when it's done. I can't wait to see what it looks like until it's done. But we're going electric on this bad boy, and it's going to be sweet. I can't wait to see it. Can't wait to show y'all the rest of it. But anyways, just this is a sneak peek of what it looks like so far. It did have a different body on it. The body was all messed up, cracked, and broken and everything. So I ordered a new body. A new seat, because the seat was all messed up. Handlebar extension, razors I put on. Built the whole rear end so I can assemble a spoiler on the rear end. I've got a wider, I know the rear end's wide enough, but I've got about 3 more inch rear end coming, so the rear end's gonna be 3 inches more wider than what it is now. But I built this battery box so I can put my battery in the back of it, because I want all the weight in the rear of the sucker. The way it holds that rear end down, because it's got an extended rear end. Okay, hello again. This is unboxing of an MG 160A. I just purchased it, got it from all the way from China back to here. Love these things. Of course, this is my first MG, but I've got, you know, the four-wheeler and the other stuff, the mini bike and the dirt bike and all that's QS. Well, my supplier that I buy my QS stuff from mentioned this MG 160A 72 volt motor and far driver. And the far driver is a ND 72850, so that's 850. It's at 72850. 72850. I'll go ahead and open that up first. Do the unboxing on that. So this is the 72850. It is a massive controller compared to the green far drivers that I've been messing with. That's my hand, and it's pretty massive. So that's the 72 far driver 72850A. I'm sorry, 850B. And I'm going to be putting on the MG 160A. So I've got all the the stuff for this and the wiring, everything already on the build, but I haven't showed you all the build yet. I told you I'd be giving you a sneak peek. I gave you a sneak peek of what I was building. It's going to be a drag racing quad. But right now it's in the stage of being built. So once it's built, I'm going to be giving you a full video, what it looks like from the last time you looked at it till then. Also going to be giving you a breakdown of every single thing I used, how I installed it, what kind of connectors, what kind of stuff I used to connect it, what kind of mounts, how I did the mounts. I'm just going to give you one giant detailed video of everything in one, instead of giving you a bunch of little tiny breakdowns here and there during the build like I have been. I'm still not good at editing, so I figured why not just do one big video that gives y'all the ability to sit down and actually watch it, because I watch YouTube myself and I like sitting down for 30 minutes or more and watching one of the videos of my YouTubers. All right, so get back to the video. Here we go. So this was the far driver. We already looked at that. That's the big boy. All right, so I just flipped the box upside down and opened it. That way I can reveal it. I haven't personally looked in here at all, so we'll just go ahead and pop it up and see what we got. They always jiggle around inside these things here. Yeah, this is what I thought. They jiggle around in there and they tear the styrofoam apart. All right, so just catch the outer edge of this. Okay, all right, let's see what we got in here. Oh, and I asked the guy to put a 428 sprocket on here because I'm going to be using a 428 chain on this instead of 530, or 520 or something like that. Ooh. Yeah, that motor's a little heavier than I expected. Yep. All right. Yeah, beautiful. All right. Oh, my motor is heavy. All right, awesome, 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 awesome. So we got some good, I like this. It's covers for these things, for wear and tear, so the wire doesn't get destructed or anything. Let's see, looking at back at these nice, yeah, they got some nice ends on these now, on this big motor. It's still a 3-phase motor. As you can see, 3 wires is considered a 3-phase motor. 3-phase motors, you get the Hall. There is not a Hall sensor on this. This is not a Hall sensor motor. This is a, I'm probably wrong on this, but I'm sure y'all get me correct in the comments. This is a magnetic field sensor motor. Yeah, it has a magnetic field inside that senses the motor instead of using a Hall sensor. Completely different thing. So I had to get this specific one here. The people that manufacture this says that I need to use this specific far driver because it has the magnetic field sensor thing in it to where they work together. So, but yeah, the guy that sold it to me, the person that sold it to me, they've already took this entire setup and set it up for me on video and sent it to me as a video of it all working. So I know everything works and everything works good. But I just wanted to show you all this. This thing is massive. Show you how massive this thing is. This is my car jack stand. No, I'm just joking. Anyways, there you go. A real car jack stand. So that's a real car jack stand. Yeah. So it's fairly decent size. It's pretty big. I don't have a QS motor or any of my other motors just hanging out to give you a size comparison. But let's see what else everybody has. Brown. Oh, okay. There you go. A lighter, so you kind of get the size reference. It's pretty big. gearbox. So yeah, it's pretty nice. It's set up. It looks like it's got gearbox products on it for the vents. It's got a big, strong. I'm gonna move y'all in closer so y'all can see this. Bear with me a second. Alright. Hope you can see that better. But yeah, so the QS motors, you always had to bolt them to the outside. You gotta make this weird shaped thing with your plasma cutter and everything, or if you don't have a plasma cutter, you gotta use whatever you gotta use to cut it out, angle grinder, whatnot. I always use the angle grinders to cut all mine out. You know, it takes a long time. But it was a outside mount. These have these big old built-in knuckles that are on the bottom and the top that will bolt almost perfectly inside my frame on the motor mounts that went from my engine that was in there. So that's nice. I like that. Yeah, I like that a lot because that gives me the ability to just move these little tabs over and re-weld them in there instead of building a whole outside frame kind of deal like I've had to do with all my QS motors. So that makes a huge difference not having that there. That thing is smooth. But yeah, that's it. I'd roughly say these coils here are about a 1/4 inch depth into them. I'm kind of surprised that I don't see, but I figured I would see a name brand or something here on this plate. I guess they leave that plate empty. That way you can take it and paint it and put your emblem or whatever on it. So I'll be probably doing that for sure with this build, because I am doing a build that I think is going to be really nice and fast. So I needed something really nice and fast. This is a well, it says Shinwin. Shinwin? I'm probably saying that wrong. Shinwin. S-H-I-N-W-I-N. Shinwin. Shinwin. But anyways, yeah, so that's it. That's the unboxing of this sucker. I can't wait to show you the rest of the video next a couple weeks from now when I completely install everything and get it all built. Like and subscribe, share with your friends. What I'm going to be doing basically is taking this thing, putting this on that big old quad that y'all seen in the last video with the spoiler on the back of it with the big tires. I'm going to take that thing, it's low to the ground, and I'm going to jack up all the amps I can in this thing and try to take it drag racing. See how fast I can get it on a drag strip and try to actually clock a time on it maybe. So look forward to that, maybe even possibly videos of that stuff. But anyways, keep the mic near my voice. I got this heater going, and this heater's keeping me warm right now because it's pretty cold. But anyways, so we got the far driver hooked up from my last video. I've got the motor, the MG160A motor is hooked up now. Avoid the tape situation that I got it on there because I'm mocking it up. So this video is going to be basically on anyone wants to know how to hook up the wires. So I'm going to pause it here, not pause it, but I'm going to set it right here for a second so you can see this diagram. And if you need to pause it, you can. This is the wiring loom that comes from the controller unit. It tells you every single wire, what it is and everything. They pretty much give you a good breakdown of everything. Here's this one, it's the other side. Like I said, you can pause it if you needed to. Okay, and then this is this one. And I'm just going to go over what everything is basically and how I hooked it up. That way you can see further of what color the wires are on each pigtail, which wire went where, stuff like that. Okay, now let's get to it. So anyways, all right, we're gonna go with the controller unit first. Okay, on the controller unit, one second, let me get this out of the way. Okay, so on the controller unit, you got a negative and you got a positive. Then you also have a negative and positive. You're gonna come off of your wiring harness itself, which is at the end of the loom, wiring loom, where your 12-volt inverter is. This is your 12-volt inverter, so you're at the end of that wiring loom, you're going to have a 12-volt inverter plug, and that's where your negative and positive is going to be. You want to have those hooked up to the controller unit. This is the 3-stage wires: green, blue, green, and yellow. They're all coming from the motor. Okay, this does not have a Hall sensor, but this does have a magnetic field sensor, so you have to make sure that's hooked up. I'll show you what those wires look like. Okay, remember you can always pause this if you needed to. Alright, so that's the magnetic field sensor wire. Alright, this here is your Bluetooth connector. So you can connect external Bluetooth to it and have Bluetooth for your app. These two here, I found on this wiring harness, these two are for Hall sensors. Not needed in this moment, so those ain't being hooked up. The gray wire, I don't need to hook that gray wire up. The gray wire was high brake. That's my high braking. I have to find out what that is exactly, but going through these wires here. So you got your 1, 2, and 3 stage modes. This is your mode switch here. Okay, these two switches I don't use. These two pigtail ends don't get used. The orange goes to the yellow. Normally, I'm going to say normally on most of these 4 drivers, this one is not yellow, and it's not yellow and green. Normally this one is a blue wire, blue and white, but on this one for some reason it was a yellow and a green, which connects to your purple. That's your illuminant for your lights and everything in your dashboard. This here is your speed control. You want to have your speed control, your black, green, and red. Black, green, and red. That's your speed control. That's your speed going into your controller. Basically, when you have your throttle at a certain position, it's going to say, hey, okay, I'm at that position. I'm at this position. I'm at that position. So just so you know, that's what that's for. That's what those wires there for. So if you ain't getting no throttle, make sure these wires are hooked up. All right, moving on. Talk about the gray wire. Yep. Remember, you can pause this at any time if you need to, so you can see these wires. This is your, typically every single one of these looms, they come with this here. Now a lot of people build their own wiring looms, wiring harness, whatever you want to call it. A lot of people build their own. The guy I purchased mine from eBay, New Tune or whatever, I can't remember the exact name for it, but I've gotten in other videos. But anyways, they sent me a video of everything running. So just like I'm showing you a video now, they have sent me a video of everything running and on and working, and that way I can diagnose any situations I need once I get it. So this is basically what this is for, so y'all can know what wire goes to where. Okay, so the wiring loom, wiring harness comes around. As you can see, it's this one right here. Comes around, goes over. There's this. Okay, so I got the square unit. I got the square one. This gives you the night and day, which I'll show you what the night and day is once I turn it on. It also gives you the ability to have a USB port in it if you wanted to have music stored to it. And the reason why I say music, because this particular display, it has a antenna FM radio. That's what this wire here is, that's wrapped around there. That's your antenna wire. Then you also have a built-in radio frequency in here, so you can basically hook up your Bluetooth to it. You can play your music through it. You can even hook up speakers to it. So a few of these wires, I don't remember exactly which wire it was, but a few of these wires to come out of this harness is actually speaker wire. Yeah. So that way you can hook speakers to this unit and have radio. Okay, moving on. This is your flasher. This is your pink, gray, and black. This is your flasher switch. You want to put that in if you're going to be using blinkers. Your color codes here, I know the yellow is not on the same size as the red is not the same size as the red. It doesn't matter because this is just a switch. So either way, it's going to cut it on or off. It's just making a connection. It's a loop connection is what this is, because it's a 2-wire. I did not wire it that way, if you know, or it wouldn't be like that. It's the manufacturer that wired it that way. I'm guessing because they messed up when they did the wiring loom, where the other 2 ends of those, they ran them differently. But anyways, moving on, we got the throttle. So this is the throttle cable here. On the end of the throttle cable, you have a blue normally and a funky shaped one. These are very easy to match up. Pretty much You just got to make sure that you have the things correctly in it. The way I did, like I said, they come with all the directions, so you'll be able to see all those directions and what those are and where those are. What I like to do is I like to look closely at these wiring ends, so I know which one of those I need to plug in. And that's how I looked here and I looked there, and I was like, oh, okay. It's pretty simple to plug in. So it's pretty self-explanatory if you have any common sense with it, which I'm sure a lot of you out there do. Not saying anything, but yeah, these are pretty self-explanatory when it is to hook them up, because they already give you a wiring diagram and they give you a colored wire diagram, so you can just match the colors up and make sure you get everything. Moving on to the next one, this is my left and right blinker horn, high and low switch, which of course I told you I'd be showing you what's going on with that high and low switch in a minute. Alright, so got my 72 volt 40 amp hour 450 amp battery peak and a 150 BMS inside. So got all that done. It's all hooked up this whole time. Going to go over here, show you what I got here. Give me 1 second. Just kind of fixing up stuff here. So on this tripod I got. All right. So I'm going to set you down for a few seconds here while I crank this on. Okay, here's the switch. Display over there. Display's coming on. Says ready. You see that green at the top, ready? That means it's ready to go. That means I wired everything up correctly, everything's working, and everything's good. Now this is a Bluetooth, so you can get the app and go through the Bluetooth. Alright, so I wanted to show you what I was talking about, the night mode. The reason why I specifically wanted this one compared to the other one. This one gives me daytime so I can see. And then when you have the lights on, the lights, your parking lights and your regular lights on, you have to have those on for this to happen. Okay, it's still white. Now I'm going to switch it from low beam to high beam. Night mode. Now of course I wish it wasn't like that where it was low beam, high beam. I wish it was on whenever I turn the lights on. It would automatically come on, but it only comes on when it's in high beam, not low beam. So just to let you know, you have to run in high beam in order to do it. So what I set it up as, I set my quads up to where I have no high beam and I have my light that stays on. So when I flip this on, my light stays on, but there's no high beam. That way I'm not blinding people who are running high beams, just to have it on that mode there. Moving on, I got everything connected so you can see everything here. All right, let's see what happens here. I'm gonna give it a little twist. Trying to figure out which way I need to twist it here. Now I am on number 1. Okay, I'm gonna switch it to number 2. I might have to go over there and hold that thing. I'm gonna try to do this real easy. Now I can't twist it real good because I'm doing this in one hand. Alright, so there's, you want to see it. I'm going to set you down right here. I hope y'all can still see all of that. Put it in third mode because I need to be able to hold this when I do this. It's got a lot of torque. That says 154, 160 kilometers. It is in kilometers. Just so y'all know, that screen is in kilometers. I will be going into this settings into this, and I will be switching it from kilometers to miles per hour. Just so you see a little closer here. That is in kilometers, not miles per hour. So when you see 150 kilometers, that was 150. Do the math, I think a 120 kilometers is 80 miles an hour, maybe something like, I don't remember. But it's still, This motor should be equivalent to be able to go 100 miles an hour depending on what sprocket I have on it. I'm going to be using it as a drag racing quad to see how fast I can get it going. Eventually I'll be stepping up with a bigger controller unit possibly in the future. Probably even a bigger battery system. Motor can handle a lot. So I'll be keeping the motor, but I'll be upgrading things in the future if I want to. I don't know if I'm going to even need to. But I'm just going to go over everything one more time. I'm not going to talk. I'm just going to go slowly over everything so that way y'all can see how things were wired. And if you need to pause it, you will be able to pause it. One more time. Alrighty, well, thanks for watching. I hope this video helps anyone out there that needs to know how to wire these things up. And if you have any questions about it or anything, if I can help you, I will. I check my comments at least once every day, if not every other day. I check my comments, so if you need any help with something, if you like, subscribe, and throw a comment in there, I will try to answer your question for you if I can. And if I cannot answer your question, most likely there's probably somebody in the comments that can help you with how to wire it or any kind of questions you need also. So please leave a comment and share with your friends. Boom! I wasn't going to show this, but I figured I'd show it anyways. This video might come out or not, but this is the midway through it. Got the new fresh handlebars on it. Everything's very dusty and very cold right now, so sorry about everything, but on the loud noise, but got the new handlebars on, everything. Chopping them up, got the motor mounted. Control unit mounted up in here. I've got a plate that I'm building right now that I'm going to be putting here, you'll see in the end, to protect the chain from hitting that. I've also got a chain guard that's going to be going all the way down and around to stop that from smacking anything in the battery box or anything. And then a chain guard that's going to come off of here. All of this is going to bolt on. It's going to be bolted on here to protect me and my leg. So that chain's going to have a guard here, 1, 2, 3. And those 3 are going to be bolted on. Yeah. Is massive. It takes up the whole area. It is zip tied on right now, but I'm going to be putting some tabs on there so I can bolt on it. Or just placement. And as you can see, placement, I put instead of putting my screen up here like I normally do, I'm thinking about putting it down below because that's where the gas tank hole was. And there's a big spot there where the gas tank hole is, and I want to cover that hole up. Since I'm not going to have the gas tank on there, and I'm not going to be using that, I figured I might as well. So right now in South Carolina where I'm at, it is literally like halfway snowing, sleet, hail, all of that outside. Winter storm, but staying warm with my trusty little wood burning shop stove thing. I purchased this on Amazon. You get the door from Amazon, you get the door, you get the little top piece from Amazon, you get these nice little looking legs down here at the bottom. They're kind of buried, but see, they get these legs that you can bolt on. So yeah, that'd be a nice big old fire going up in there. That's not has nothing to do with what we're video, but yeah, keep this garage warm. It's just a metal garage, but it keeps it warm. Anyways, back to it. Yeah, So I figured y'all want to see what little progress is, but this is a little progress video. In between progress video. So there it is. So far, what I've gotten. There it is. Oh yeah. Stay tuned for more. Alright everybody. Giving you a little sneak peek again. I don't know if I'm going to release these videos or not, but this is it painted after it's been completely done. It's an ultra matte black. It's still kind of damp. Crazy. An ultra matte black. Real good. As you can see over here, I'm prepping for the body that gets painted. This build I've done different than every other build out there so far. I'm building it, but I have not even test drove. This has not had tires on it. It has not been test drove, not one time. I put it all together, fabricated it, tested it on this thing here, spinning the wheels up full throttle. Never actually I haven't put wheels on it. I was spinning the axle at that time, so it hasn't even had wheels on it yet. Long extension. Of course, this is just a frame. Box. Just letting it dry. Boom. Yeah. So this is what it looks like. I'm just sitting out here chilling, looking at what I built. It is, to me, it is amazing. But it is so clean. It's so, I mean, I have made a lot of things in my life, but this is the cleanest and nicest and craziest looking thing I have built. And the video and pictures doesn't even do it justice. It's like, I don't know. Just check it out. I'm gonna go around the whole thing, and then I'm gonna turn the lights on and go around it too. Stretched rear end. Everything's custom on this. I had to custom mount. These are 700cc Raptor guard peg things, foot peg things. Handlebars from a dirt bike. Japanese body from some Japanese Toto or tutu frame. They make all of everything's exactly the same, basically. All the Japanese, Chinese four-wheelers, they all bolt to the same. I'll show you in a second. I built the whole rear end so that way it looked funny because it was just a bar coming out and you could see the whole rear end was sticking out this way. So instead of putting the battery box here, I decided to put the battery box here and build it with a wing on it. And man, it turned out pretty cool. Get the rims and hubcaps, everything. Super, super clean. All right, check it out, the lights on. Turning them on. Booyah! I'm still in the paint room because it's cold where I'm at, so I'm trying to keep it heated. But here we go, we'll start down here. Painted the rims up. This is 1 coat of primer, 3 coats of paint, 5 coats of clear. And that Sharpie marker that you see, I Sharpied everything. All the bolts are completely brand new on the entire bike. All the body pieces, the seat, the side steps, every single thing. Brand new bolts here, brand new everything. I mean, I went through every single nit, little picky little thing on it. Yes, I am calling it, and I named this the electric VIPER quad. I named it that because these were spy quads, some spy quad thing, and I found some pictures online from Japan of some spy quad looking things, and they had some electric ones and they had some other ones, but of course, you know, it don't have the MG160. Yeah, big giant MG160. That thing is massive. Pushes out 12,000 watts, but it can go up to 24,000 watt. It's running 72 volt, 450 amps on it. Continuous, but it can get up to 850 amps. I'm using a 72, I don't know, 72 something, 850, something like that for the controller. And the reason why is because I went through this with the other videos, but yeah, if you've been paying attention, that's a different kind of thing that I've been dealing with. Anyways, here's the battery box, like I always make them. Welded everything up. Put the blinkers back on it. Brake lights. I even went down doing hard custom specialist, custom sprocket specialist, yeah, custom specialist. Sprocket specialist, yeah. Custom sprocket specialist. Yeah. That's a tongue twister. That's where I got that sprocket from, custom made from them to do the 428 chain, 35 tooth on the rear, and a 17 tooth on the front with a dampener on it, so it's super quiet. I went with the VIPER quad, like I said, because I seen a picture and a dude said he thought it looked like a Viper, so I was like, oh, VIPER quad, that sounds cool. So I went with the electric VIPER quad, and I did a VIPER symbol here with a stencil on both sides to match. Everything else is hand done. I went with the dress-up kit, all new bolts on the dress-up kit, so every single nut and bolt on this entire thing, as you can see, are completely dressed up. This is actually aluminum on both sides to make lightweight. Some more dress-up bolts. Tell me how I did, y'all, you know? Throw me some comments. Share this video. I need more than 1,000 subscribers. I like building stuff like this, and I want to continue building it. And with y'all's help just subscribing, maybe in the future I can actually have a good channel and do my garage builds and come out with some cooler stuff than this thing. But this is like, I don't know, my 3rd or 4th, maybe even 5th thing I've built electric on this channel. I love it. It's awesome. It's a good hobby. And I like the fact that y'all like it. Y'all watch my videos. Yeah. I mean, yeah. Huge thanks, man. Appreciate everybody watching. This is what I like building, and I enjoy y'all watching my videos. Like and subscribe, please. Back to it now. Yeah, so I mean, it's pretty wild. I mean, it's pretty clean. I haven't got the lights yet. The lights are going to be, I changed it. It had circle lights, but I changed it to these lights because I want the bigger lights with a thing that goes around the outside edge, and then I did an eyeball, so it's going to be eyeballs. I've got something I'm going to be doing with this too, but I'll tell you in a further video on that. But yeah, this is it, man. To me, it's unreal. Everything does work on the brakes. I put these spacers in on both sides. And yeah, I don't like using spacers either, but they're bolted on with the things going bolting through. Then this is the old lugs from the front tires, because I bought all new lugs and I use those to lock these through bolts that are bolted through these here. This is locked to that, and it's all Loctited together. That way it won't come off, and this is super tight and it's all torqued down and everything. Of course, you always want to check painted and aluminum rims, so always go back after you ride for a little bit, retorque everything again. It doesn't hurt, you know, just to keep yourself safe. But yeah, I have finally test drove it. I test drove it around my yard because I didn't want to get it muddy. I drove very slow. I haven't fully test drove anything. I haven't turned it up, nothing. But it does move. It's super quiet. I can't wait to give you a video of that. You've probably already seen it. This is not the revealing, but you've probably already seen that video. The revealing video, I'm gonna do that somewhere else, but this is not coming out right now. This will come out in the future, which is the future now. I gotta learn how this works. Anyways, this is an up close video of everything, of what I did and all that. How about that? Yeah. Anyways, this is, go back to it. This is gonna be a chopping board, but it's gonna be a blue chopping board, brand new one, because this is just one I use right now. It helps to bond with that battery for impact. In my eyes, it does anyways. And it really does help it pull in and out more than anything else. So I put my controller unit underneath here. I built a big plate guard here, and it's disattachable, so you can unbolt it and everything, and you can get the screws to go up through through this piece here. You can get the screws to go up and disattach it if you ever need to work on any wires or anything. These are removable plates on both sides. Let's see if I can do this here without scratching anything, because I have not put any clear coating or polish or anything on this fresh paint job. This is a very fresh paint job. But there's my 12-volt inverter. There is my controller unit. I did the shocks, as you see. I did all 3 shocks also. I didn't even show that, but yeah, I did all 3 shocks. All the little brackets and everything to connect everything together. I mean, I went all out. And if you see here, this is what I was looking at earlier. This is I mean, everything is, this is the most I've ever done anything. This thing's super clean. But this is an air-cooled motor. So the objective here is the wind's gonna go flowing in here, flow straight through, and it's gonna hit that motor back there. If you can see that motor back there. Boom, it's gonna hit that motor on the cooling plates, cool it all off. Yeah, I am missing one screw in that. I gotta get that front plate right there. It's got one screw missing right there. Boom. But yeah, even did underneath each body. It's been painted. You've seen these in the last video, what this body did look like. The old body that came with it was, when I got it off the marketplace, it was destroyed. The whole thing was rusty and it needed some TLC. It needed some work. I cut up the frame, fixed it all up, rebuilt it, made it take this giant motor. Built some motor mounts for it and everything. Re-welded everything back. Built a plate to go on it. That's unboltable now. New chain. Repainted everything. Everything, single thing's been repainted. All the bolts, like I said. I mean, this thing is clean. I love doing this. I love the fact that y'all watch it, and I'd like to be able to show you some more. And I will be. Alright, so now we're getting over here to the controls. There's where the gas tank used to be. I ran all the wires up through there. I did my digital dash here instead of on top because it kind of instructs your view up top, and all my rest of them's been on top, so I wanted to do this one down below. It covers up where the old gas tank hole was. Also, I ran the wires into there, so it works out with my extension on the handlebars, made it work really well. Over here on this side, we got the reverse and drive switch button. Done there. And all this stuff is underneath the clear coat. Even this decal. It's underneath 4 or 5 layers of clear coat. So this bike used to be, when I got it, you hit the one brake here, you hit the brake and everything locked up. All 4 locked up at the same time with one brake. Then you had your rear brake for here for your rear brake tires. So you didn't have a front brake. You had all 4 brakes, or you had one brake for the rear. So what I did is I converted it, got new brake lines. This is now your front brake, just like regular bikes. Both tires brake same time, T-joint down below. This is your hand brake with a cable. So this is like a backup. Oh my God, you don't have no brakes. This breaks your back brake. Okay, this is your back brake down here at your foot, and it's hydraulic, and it brakes just the back. This one just the front, just like a motorcycle does. I've got my high beams on now. Of course, I don't have my lights, but the reason why is because this is the light out, the blackout or whatever. You turn it off, that's daytime. You turn your high beams on, or your high lights on at night, boom, you got that, so you don't blind yourself. Blinkers. Boom, boom. So what I'm trying to do is get this thing to a drag strip, like I said, and I want to see how fast it can go. If I can't get it to drag strip, I need to get to some private land where I can see what the speed is on it. But first I gotta find a place around South Carolina, Charleston area, that basically that can take these rims that I have, that I freshly painted, and balance them. Because right now they're not balanced. These are run flat tires. These are very expensive tires from what I found out. This bulge here in the center, it's actually belted and it's made to bulge like that. I didn't know that at first, but these are bulge tires in the middle, so it makes it easier to turn. So you're only running in the center, you're not running on the outside or the whole thing. I don't know if you can see that in the camera, but it's got a little bulge. But yeah, that's what you're supposed to be. But them tires are not cheap. Gosh. But anyways, I hope I don't ever burn them out. These rear are the same way. You run in the center, you don't run on the outside. Well, the outside of the bottom. But yeah, I did everything. I even did all the print on the tires. Of course, you'll see more videos and more stuff in the future. But yeah, that thing is a beast. I've got it turned way down right now. I haven't even met potential just yet, just because. Like I said, I only test drove it around the yard anyways because it's muddy outside. It's about to snow here in South Carolina. I don't want to get it all muddy and stuff. But I definitely am going to be taking this thing out, hopefully, getting some videos of it running, how it runs, and all that. I don't personally think I'll have this for long. This will end up being something that I will be selling in the future, because I want to take that money and invest back into my YouTube channel and continue doing things like this and building more stuff. But not right now. I want to show it off some. This thing is awesome. To me it is. Hopefully to everyone else too. Tell me your thoughts. Like, share with your friends. Get some people subscribe. If y'all want to see some more cool stuff like this, I definitely want to continue doing it. Electric. Any questions you have on how to set these things up, where I get the stuff from, any of that stuff. If I can help you with it, I'll help you. But I mean, if it's to the point to where you need it and you need some questions, I'm definitely, if I can help you with the question, I'm going to give you the answer if I know the answer. By all means, if I don't know the answer, I'm not going to give you the answer. But anyway, check it out. Just like I've done all the rest of the ones, my battery boxes, same concept. There's the battery, 72 volt, 40 amp hour. You go with the QS8s. QS8s, I love them. Great connectors. I'll put reflectors on the back. I'll also put them on the front if you've seen the circle ones on the front. This is it, y'all. It is actually on right now, just so y'all know. That's how quiet it is. I love electric, because electric, you just don't even know it's there. Like, look. Whoa, come back here. Going downhill a little bit. Okay. Anyways, yeah. So boom. This is my like fourth build, but I think I consider it the best build I've ever built. I put more time and effort into this one to make it so clean and so every little detail on it. And right now it is show quality. After testing it, probably won't be show quality anymore because it'd be dirt and mud all over it, but that stuff washes off also. But anyways. Oh, that's pretty cool. It does work while you're recording. Pretty cool. I like it. All right, YouTube. I've been building this build for the past few weeks now, and I haven't showed any videos towards it. So this is the reveal of the VIPER racing electric VIPER racing quad. So I just wanted to show you. This is what I've been building for a while. I'm going to go over, this video is going to be a little longer. I'm going to be going over the whole thing, showing you the ins and outs, how it drives. Going to be showing you what I did to it. Completely changed it from what it was. Repainted it, put a whole new motor on it. It's got new motor mounts, everything completed, painted the frame, all new bolts, all new plastics. Added a spoiler to it, redid the rims. I broke it down to where every single nut and bolt was completely organized, separated, categorized. New ones bought for the ones that were broken or nasty looking. Bob built it. It looks basically brand new to me, but y'all give me your opinion. Let me know what you think, and let's get right to it. Boom. All right. I do have y'all on a tripod. This is the electric VIPER racing quad. is the name I came up with. Electric Viper Racing Quad. I did the Sharpie marker paint job like I was telling you I was going to do on it. Wrapped seat with, this is blue Viper skin, snake skin seat wrapped. New handlebars. I did a stencil down at the bottom of a Viper, blue. Okay, I'll pull you off of here. Alright, so go in here. Alright, so what I did is first of all, I stripped the whole frame down to bare metal to where I can redo the whole metal, everything on the frame, completely redone. All brand new, painted, everything's been done. This thing's so clean you could eat off of it. That's that big old giant motor that I was talking about and I showed y'all mounted in. I got custom specialist, sprocket specialist, sprocket specialist to build me a sprocket 35 tooth for the rear. I did everything. I built a new box for the battery on the back. I'll show you that in a minute. Got chain guard to protect. This is unboltable chain guard. You can unbolt it with 2 bolts on each side. It's unboltable so you can remove it. It protects the chain from slapping into the controller unit. It's up here. All the wiring for controller units right there. It's hidden. Like I said, everything has been completely redone. As you can see, there's shadows on that. It's not, it's, you know, but yeah, we'll go over and show you everything. I don't know how good this is going to show on the video, but I got these Alpha bars, racing bars. These were for a Raptor 700. Modified them to put them on here, welded them onto the frame, redid this part here, cut it, welded it onto the brackets that were originally on the little tiny, because they had a little tiny one on here, because this was actually the Japanese or Chinese style four-wheeler. Redid the rims. They're a little bit dirty because I was doing some donuts earlier into the front yard, but put a spoiler on it. I built this whole rear end so you can have a spoiler done. There's the seat. And the reason why I'm doing it this time of the day is because what I'm going to be doing, and I went over everything. This has a light here. I'll show you all that stuff in a little bit. I got spacers on it, but as you can see, the spacers are through bolts. They go through here, then these are bolted onto the back of the bolts. So you have a bolt on, a nut on each one of them so they can't come off. Then it's bolted on the outside with all new lug nuts for those too. These tires are beveled. They're wide, but they're beveled, so you're only riding from here to here, along with the front tire. I'll show you up there. You're only riding the tip of it. That way you can ride on a street and still be able to grip and not be too grippy. I'll show you what I'm talking about here. The center folds up, so you ride from here to here. Just this one area is what you're riding on. The sides never get touched. Yep, you are seeing that correctly. I bought the eyes. So this four-wheeler has eyeballs and it's alive. It's looking at you, blinking at you and everything. I covered up all the brake lines with that. This is wire loom for wire, but I used it for covering up the brake lines. Cleaned up the brake calipers, new brake pads on it. I went over the whole thing. I mean, like, this was a new body. Y'all seen a new body I put on because the old body was all cracked up. So I bought a blue and black body and then painted it. I got all the bolts and nuts are new on it. They're all custom done. Every piece of them is custom done. I have not put a coating or cleaned or buffed this body yet since I painted it. It's a freshly done. New handlebars, new handle grips. Over here, we got drive and reverse. All of my stuff is by NB Power. I am myself kind of shocked at what I built. I'm pretty surprised. I've built some crazy stuff in my time, but this thing is, it's unreal to me. I hope y'all think the same thing. You can see the purple flashing in there. It's gonna get dark here in a little bit, and I'll show you what it looks like at dark too. It's got the neons all over it. I've got an underbody kit on it for lights. This is all, so this is 4 or 5 layers of white. Well, first I sanded the whole thing down. I sanded all the plastics down, every single piece. I got it all sanded down. I removed that top layer of the plastic clear coat so that way my paint would stick. Then once I got that clear coat done, then I put some primer on it, put 2 coats of primer. Then I did wet sand on the primer, cleaned it. Then I went with my first coat of white, and I went 5 coats of white on it. 5 coats of white, let that dry. Then I put down the permanent marker, Sharpie marker all over it. Did all the Sharpie stuff on everything. And once I got all the Sharpie stuff on it, then I did a clear coat across of it. Clear coat was difficult. If you do the clear coat immediately, and you don't let it, you have to really like take your time with multiple coats. It took like 5 or 6 coats to completely coat it. But the reason why I had to do it that way is because what was happening, as I'll show you, it didn't do it on the body, luckily, or my side panel, but it did to my rims, because those were the first things it did. And I didn't realize that it had lacquer inside the clear coat. Well, that's what lacquer does to clear coat. So if you're using, it smears. I like it because it's only on the rims. It's a smear effect on some of the stuff. When it's only on the rims, it's got the smear effect. But I like it because it makes it look like it's going even though it's not moving. See, there's some smears in here too. But you know, that's only on the rims, and that's because I put a coat on, waited 5 minutes, put another coat on, waited 5 minutes, put another coat on, and I was doing that with spray can with clear coat. And come to find out, you got to wait at least 20 to 30 minutes, and you got to spray light coats of clear so it doesn't do that. And that's what I learned here, the same exact clear coat. I did it again here, and it didn't do it anymore. No more smearing. And it's because once I figured it out, I was able to do light coats, and really turned out really well. And the body didn't smear anything anywhere. Did it up inside it. Everything's, I mean, it completely done. Inside out, every single drip piece on it. And I'm going over the whole thing so y'all can just see everything. I'm gonna tuck it in here and let y'all see what I did in here. It's wide open. There's so much space in there. No gas tank in there and stuff. There's so much space in there. I can add a whole nother battery in there if I wanted to. And get some more juice. Brakes work, blinkers work. I set everything up. I got blinkers on the front and back. Okay, so just throwing this out there. This is a for sale item. It's not legal here in South Carolina to have it on the streets. I do not have a title for this thing. I am working on that. It is a Japanese, Chinese four-wheeler. It never had a VIN number, title number, anything on it. It was just a frame, and I cut it all up, remanufactured it, got it all pretty much all built up, everything. And I'm going to try to basically get a title that is a homemade title, homemade vehicle title, and then figure out a way to register it. or sell it to someone else and let them take care of all that. But either way, it is for sale. All right, we'll go on with this. And the reason why I'm selling it is because I want to invest the money back into my YouTube channel. Every fender, there's stuff underneath each fender. Sharpie mark, I mean, it went on. I went every detail, I mean, I went down. This is a 72 volt battery. It will come with one charger, brand new 72 volt battery. Everything installed. And also my phone number, if you ever need to fix it or work on it or upgrade it or do anything to it, my phone number will be available to the person that does buy it. If they have any questions about it. But anyways, back to it. But yeah, completely 100% custom made. Everything on it's custom. It is nothing like it was when I first got it. And I mean, everything's done. Super clean. I am going to be doing a little bit of test driving in this video so y'all can see. I'm not going to do too much, as these tires are not balanced, and I need to get the tires balanced in order to give you a good video. All right, back on the tripod. I'm going to do a little bit of driving around right here just so you can see. Bear with me. Just so you can see how it runs and stuff like that. And it's super quiet. It's got a dampener on it. It's got a sprocket dampener on it, so it's super quiet when it drives. It's not like regular motors that I've been doing on this channel. It's a little different. Super quiet, just like the rest of the ones that I have. I set this up for the front brake, so that's gonna be my front brake. This is my handbrake cable for the rear. The one down here, this one down here is your foot brake. It's run by hydraulic. It's not done that way by cable. The only one that's by cable is this one, just in case the hydraulics go out. So these are airbag shocks. I have no air inside the airbag shock at this moment. So I'm going to be putting some air in it, but I have to figure out how much air to put in them so I don't end up blowing up the air shocks that are on there, because they're called airbag shocks. So they actually have airbags built into the shocks. But right now they're completely empty with nothing on them. Let's back up so we can get back close with it again. So, but this is it. What I'm gonna do real quick is I'm gonna drive up and down the road a few times so you can get a view of what it looks like that way. That spoiler really did set it off, including that seat right there. I love the seat. All right, I'm gonna pause it and we'll be back over here at the road in a minute, set up to drive. All right, so I'm gonna run it around for a minute. Let's just see what it looks like and how it moves. It's super quiet though. Those brakes don't like me doing that. They're brand new still. You can smell the brake. All right, everybody. That is the electric Viper quad build. I hope y'all like it. Please like and subscribe. Share with your friends so I can keep doing. Viper quad, y'all. Ooh, yeah.